Creating Clean My Space videos really makes Chad and I think about everything that we do and everything that we let come into this house. And specifically, we've been thinking a lot about clutter and stuff over the past couple of years, especially because we seem to be getting more and more stuff sent to us all the time. And we've developed these informal rules about how to manage clutter and live a more minimal lifestyle. So in this video, I want to share those habits or rules with you and show you how you can do the exact same in your home. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel and give this video a thumbs up if you're trying to live that more minimal, decluttered lifestyle too. Before I get into those habits, I just want to make a couple of things clear. This is what Chad and I have decided to do in our homes. Now, of course, there are lots of books out there about minimal living and decluttering, lots of videos and even TV shows that show you some different extremes, but certainly options if that's what appeals to you. So I'm not particularly advocating for you to go one way or another. Chad and I have just decided what makes sense for us. We want to be surrounded by beautiful and important things. So if something really makes sense to have in the home, we have a space for it. But if it doesn't, we don't want it in here. So just think about what works for you. Pruning your items on a regular basis shouldn't just be something that you do once a year around spring cleaning. It should be something that becomes part of your daily habits or your lifestyle. And over the past couple of years, it's something that Chad and I have really brought into our own home. So as you guys might know, in some previous videos, we've mentioned that when we do decluttering, we have a little waste station in our basement where we'll take items that we don't love or we don't need anymore and we just put it in that bin. And then every couple of months, we'll go there, we'll put everything in bags and then drop it off at a donation center. To give you an example of what this actually looks like, when I do my laundry and everything's clean, before I fold and put it away, I'll sort of sort through everything and pick out those garments that I'm not wearing anymore. This is just one example of how you can do the same thing. So I just got rid of a bunch of old workout clothes that I didn't really love anymore because I had recently got some new stuff and there was no point of having the old stuff around. But you can do this with magazines, newspapers, items around your home, just incorporate it into your day and you'll see it's a lot easier to keep your home decluttered. Learning to say no can be oh so hard, but it is one of the best skills you can develop. And I found that saying no to free samples, souvenirs, and things from well-meaning people like hand-me-downs can actually help me reduce the amount of clutter in my home. I was recently at a store and they gave away gift bags that day, and I actually just turned the gift bag down because there was nothing in there that I really wanted. Now, of course, if I did want something in there, sure, I would have taken it, but I knew that I didn't need it, so I left it there. The same thing happened to me when I was in Palm Springs. I did this really cool tram ride up to the top of a mountain. And they were handing out these keychains and everyone took them. But then I said to the lady, thanks, but no thanks, because I'm not going to use it. So that was a great way just to not bring that clutter home with me. And even hand-me-downs or things from well-meaning friends or family members. If you don't need it and you're not going to use it, you can just politely say no, but thank them for the gesture. Have you ever noticed that when you walk into a spa, they don't have a bunch of crap everywhere? That's because a spa is designed to be a calming, relaxing environment. And your brain feels most calm and most relaxed when there's not a lot of visual clutter. So keeping your surfaces clear is a great way to remind yourself that you live in a clean, clear, uncluttered space. So what I like to do when I'm looking at an item on a surface, I'll ask myself, is it really beautiful and do I want it there so I can look at it and enjoy it? Or is it really functional and I need it there? If that item doesn't fall into one of those two categories, then the item doesn't belong on that surface. So I have to find another home for it, or I have to give it another home. It's so easy when you're at a store and something is on sale, or your friend just talked about this great thing, or there's a demo person talking about the wonderful new gadget that's right in front of them, or you just see something and you think for 1 second that it could really be useful in your home. Well, the truth is, being a critical shopper is really going to help you reduce the amount of clutter in your home and help you live that minimal life. We're all guilty of going out and buying things that we don't really need, and then we all know what happens. They kind of sit around, they have tags on them a year later, we keep meaning to return them, but we never do. There's a whole slew of things that happen. But the unfortunate part is we now have a problem on our hands because we gotta find somewhere to put that thing or make it work somehow. So rather than doing that, just be critical when you're out shopping. Do I really need this? Do I really love this? I've been doing this lately with clothing, with stuff for the house, honestly with everything, and it has been such a great way not only to save money, but a great way to reduce the amount of stuff that comes into the house that I know I really don't need. And then there are those items that we have some inherent sentimental attachment to, which feel practically impossible to get rid of. These could be anything from love letters to tickets from old concerts, children's toys, clothing, that kind of stuff. Stuff that either you've kept with you for a long time or it's been handed to you generation to generation. And these items are typically associated with a lot of guilt. So if we get rid of them, it's like we're getting rid of that memory or we're saying it's not important anymore. And I know that this is pretty much the hardest category to go through and declutter. And we've actually done a whole video on how to get rid of sentimental clutter below. And I'm not ruthless, trust me guys. I know what this feels like because I got my own piles of stuff that I need to deal with and that I have dealt with. So I go through this with you gingerly, but it is a really important step because you can get rid of a lot of things while you're still honoring the item or the memory itself. There are lots of ways to do that. According to research, it usually takes 2 months or 66 days to be exact to create and really instill a new habit. And what this means is if you're going through this minimalism, decluttering mindset, you'll have to practice it for 66 days before it starts to feel natural for you. But think about it like this. You know, when we do a decluttering video or a 10 things to toss video, those are amazing. Those are great ways to kind of kickstart you, but it can't stop there. It's gotta be a lifestyle. It's sort of like healthy eating. You know when people do crash diets and then they get miserable because they gain the weight back? It's the exact same thing with decluttering. It just has to become a lifestyle. You've got to decide that you want to live in a space with less clutter. You've got to decide that you want to have that minimal lifestyle. And then once you do it, you determine what that looks like for you, and then you work toward it slowly. Like I said, it's taken Chad and I 2 years to do. So I'd love to know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts on this whole minimalist living trend? Do you think it's cool and is it something you're going to pursue, or do you just think it's trendy and somewhere you're not going? And if you are living that minimalist lifestyle, let me know some of your tips in the comments down below. Here are a couple of other videos I think you're going to love, and for even more cleaning info, you can visit our website. It's cleanmyspace.com. There's a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.